No.
Ready?
Hello to all you lovers out there.
Hola.
It's Juan Gee. I'm G.
And I'm Juan.
And we are back Tuesday at noon again, 3 weeks in a row.
All right, we on the shoot. How long does it take to become a habit?
I don't know.
4 weeks?
21 days.
21 days.
21
okay.
days becomes a habit.
So we're almost there.
Yeah, we're the third week.
Yeah, so whoop.
Habit. Welcome back. Thank you as always for joining us. Today we have a great question that I'm actually really looking forward to answering. So.
All right, so we'll just jump right into it?
Yes.
All right. The writer writes, my partner and I have been together for 2 years now. He is one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I don't think anyone has ever accepted everything about me the way he does. It's been beyond unconditional. My issue with him is my sexual attraction towards him. He's not ugly by any standard, but I don't have a sexual desire for him like I should. This caused a major lack of an intimate connection to him. Before I met him, I told myself after previous relationship woes that my next relationship would not be driven by sex. I found a great guy that I'm just not that crazy for, and it's messing with my head. I love him dearly and I want to give him the world if I can. He deserves a partner that's crazy about him like he is about me. Question: are we wasting each other's time? How can love work without the loving work? I like that.
I saw what you did there.
I love that. I'm picking up what you're putting down on that one. How can love work without the loving?
Without the loving. That's a good question.
That's a great question. I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate. Their initial thoughts. I know you have a lot.
Yes, I do. Well, first off, it sounds like one of those situations where he decided to give the nice guy a chance. You know how like you keep the guy dates the bad guy, and everybody who he likes, blah 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 blah, and you know like fuck it, I'm not fucking with the bad guys anymore. I'm gonna give this nice guy a chance. He loves me, he treats me right, but it's just not all the way. I'm just not feeling it like that.
And then you find yourself 2 years later down the line here.
Like I want to feel it. I want to feel it for him, but I'm not feeling it for him. But he's so great, so. Is it worth letting go because of sex? And to me, it's not all about the sex. I mean, the sex is just, that's like a result of the sexual attraction or the physical attraction, right? So, in my opinion, I think it's very important for you to be physically attracted to your partner. I think that is a big deal in the relationship. I don't think that should necessarily be something that you may think is shallow for you not to be physically attracted into, that's a shallow reason not to be with somebody just because I'm not physically or sexually attracted to them and they're so great in so many other ways. But no, I think that is very important.
Yeah, so just to piggyback kind of off of what you said initially about how he gave the nice guy a chance. My first question to you is, did you settle? That's going to drive the discussion. If it's a yes, then it's like, why are you settling? Do you not feel like you should be honoring yourself more than settling for someone? If you didn't settle, totally different thing. But so that's the first question. But my thing is, I'm kind of breaking sexual attraction into two different categories, mental and physical. And I feel like the physical attraction is kind of seemingly it's first, it's initial, and so if you saw him 2 years ago, there was something physically, I would venture to say, that had to attract you to him. Something.
Or it could have been one of those situations where he's just always around, and you know how they kind of like always around, and they weigh on you, and maybe he's in a friend circle or a co-worker or something. You're just kind of like, well, let me give this guy a chance.
Yeah,
and I've done that before.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't get 2 years into it, but I've done that before because I realized that it's important to be physically attracted.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I also am asking myself, because you say you're not attracted to him as you should be, which to me says that there is some level of sexual attraction. It's just you're not crazy, head over heels, wow, just want to tear his clothes off. And to me, that's fine. It just depends on where you go from here. So I think love can work if the loving ain't working. You just got to figure out some ways to make the loving work. So if that is identifying what's making you not sexually attracted to him, is it something that's changeable or is it something that's unchangeable? If it's changeable, like
I think that we already know the answer to that question.
Well, I don't think so, because like, are you turned off by the way he looks physically? Are you turned off by his hygiene? Are you turned off by things that he can fix, that you can communicate to him?
I think that we already know. I think the reason why I think we know the answer to this question because he wrote in and said he's not ugly by any means.
Ugly it doesn't mean fat.
But don't you think if this boy had a hygiene problem, his question would have been, how do I tell him about his hygiene problem? Like, that's very distinct.
Not necessarily. Like, I just think all I'm saying is
going down the wrong path.
Ask yourself, because it's all about communication. So if you want to embark on a new path, you have to communicate why you're not sexually attracted to him. It has to be a reason.
No, it doesn't. Just like you ever seen an attractive person, just be like, oh, I think he's attractive, but I'm just not sexually. That's not my type. I'm just not attracted to him.
It's a reason. To me, it's always a reason. It's just like, I'm just not. Like, there's if you dig deeper, you can find some reasons.
But do you think that there's reasons that, you know, when it comes to being attracted to somebody physically, do you think that it's reasons that could be reasons that could change? Like, I guess if somebody's overweight or something, but...
And that's what I'm saying. There's changeable issues, and then there are unchangeable. So if it's the size of his dick, he can't change that. You know what I'm saying? So then it's another set of questions you have to ask yourself. But I think you need to determine what it is about him that you're not sexually attracted to. And then that dictates how you move forward.
And so let's say that it's nothing specific, because obviously if it's something specific, then maybe he can kind of approach it and be like, hey babe, can you get in the gym, or you know, whatever. But what if it's something that just can't change? He can't change, and it's just who he is. Like, it's not there.
Then I would venture to say you collectively should come up with ways to expand the intimacy level of your relationship in ways that don't involve sex. You know, we receive intimacy in so many other ways than sex. It could be rubbing the head, it could be washing his feet, it could be a massage, it could be just curling up, cuddling. It's so many different ways to bring intimacy into your relationship that doesn't have to be sexual. So, and if intimacy, as he said it here, he didn't say sexual chemistry, he said intimacy.
Didn't he say something about ripping your clothes off?
No.
Oh, did you say that?
I said that.
Oh, I'm just picking up a whole different thing from you, brother. So I'm gonna talk.
But he said he doesn't have a sexual desire, but then he said,
I think it's all about sex.
But he said it's causing a lack of intimacy.
Right, because
so to me, I hone in on the lack of intimacy.
You see how we see, and that's how it was in our relationship too. So it's interesting because I'm honing in on the sex part of it, and you're honing in on the intimacy, and that's really how it works in our relationship.
Yeah. So there are, like I say, a multitude of ways to become intimate. You should try some out. The main thing is to just talk and express your concerns, your feelings and desires with your mate first, and then move forward into the different.
Yeah, I definitely think that you need to talk to your mate straight up. I mean, you know, a lot of times we don't want to hurt each other's feelings in relationships, but you should be able to talk to your partner about anything, and always know, for you and for your partner, when you're in a relationship, like, Juan is the person that can hurt my feelings the easiest out of anybody. And you are somebody is that close to you and you're that vulnerable to somebody, expect to get your feelings hurt. But relationships, there are a lot of uncomfortable conversations that you are going to have in order for that relationship to work. So I think that you should bring it up to him. And you might not know directly what it is or how to explain it, but you just definitely need to bring it up to him and just get what his feedback is, talk about it. But I think Juan offered some great suggestions on how to maybe be more intimate, get that intimacy in there. But when it comes to the sex part, you're going to have to figure that out. If it's the point where you just said you're not sexually attracted to him, so now I'm not sexually satisfied, and maybe he's not sexually satisfied because you're not giving it to him, or you guys are not having sex like he would like to have sex, that causes issues. So you need to figure out, if you're going to stay with this guy, you need to figure out, how are we going to solve this sexual problem between us?
What agreement are we going to come to?
That's where I was going to cut me off.
Yeah, well, because what I'm saying, like, you need to evaluate if this relationship is important, if it's worth you continuing on. If you all have a strong bond, he treats you perfectly, you're seemingly treating him the same way, except for the sex thing. Is it worth it to both of your lives? If that answer is yes, then y'all need to figure out an agreement to make both of you sexually satisfied, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, there's all different types of relationships. So you can come up with your agreements. You can bring toys into the bedroom. If you need to bring another person into the bedroom, whatever you
Or
guys
move
decide,
out of the bedroom.
Move out of the bedroom. Or it could be very well a situation, like I always say, not all relationships are meant to last forever. If that's sometimes an option. If it is something that you guys can't come up with agreements, and you can't find ways to be sexually satisfied within your relationship, then it may be that it is time to move on from the relationship. But there's a lot of things that you can try to do to get there before it gets to that point, like some of these things that we're suggesting. But I think that that's a reality right there. That it is a reality that maybe it is a relationship that needs to end.
Yeah, and I just as you were speaking, I had another thought, because I always say sex isn't the most important. It's not number 3, 4, or 5 on my list.
Right. It's number 1 on mine. It ain't number 1, but it's up there.
And he said the same thing, but I'm wondering, because I'm thinking about reasons why I've said it, having been promiscuous in the past.
And it sounds like that, because it sounds like, well, I've been driven by sex for so long, now I'm ready for a relationship, and it ain't about sex no more. So now you just take sex out of it completely.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe you want to examine the real reasons behind that statement. Sex is not that important, because you're probably, if you're anything like me, running from something.
And it is important, because
you're hiding from something, some part of yourself, past actions and things of that nature. So now you're downplaying sex when it really is important to you on a certain level. So you need to own that and own your past and own the real reason why you're making that statement. I think that's a real important key to getting to the bottom of that question. Then everything else, I think, will just fall into.
Yeah, sex isn't. I mean, especially it's important. I mean, it is important. I mean, it's how you it's how people connect. That's the closest interaction you completely have when you're mentally, emotionally, and physically connected. So it is important in a relationship, and I think that a lot of times in our community, we like to kind of downplay it, because sex is supposed to be this taboo thing, and all you want is sex, and all you think about is sex. All men want is sex, but
and gay relationships are defined by
sex. No, but that's a part of it. It's a big part of it. So let's not run away from that, because it's just going to cause issues. If you guys are not going to be sexually satisfied in your relationship, somebody is going to cheat. Somebody's going to step out. I'm not saying there are exceptions to every rule. Now, there are some people out there who will be sexually unsatisfied in a relationship and never step out. But, 9 times out of 10, you're not sexually satisfied. Somebody's going to cheat if you haven't already. Or if he hasn't already. Because if you're not having sex with him, then is he satisfied? You know what I'm saying? So these are things you need to be realistic about. And if this is and I think a lot of times we let sex break our relationships. Because for one, we don't talk about it, so we're not sexually satisfied, then it causes all these emotional issues, and now you end up breaking up. Yeah. Talk about it like, look, I'm not sexually satisfied, here's the reason, now how do we fix this, and be realistic. Somebody's going to cheat if you don't talk about it. Be realistic. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I don't think there's anything left to say after that.
That's all I'm saying. We'll see you guys in Puerto Rico, right?
Right. So the Lovin can work.
Yes, it can.
It can. I mean, it can. So you just have to make it.
You gotta talk about it. Talk about it. You gotta talk about these things, man. I'm saying, like a lot. That really bothers me, because, I guess where a lot of, especially in the community, in even a lot of the black community, we talk about things. So we grow up not talk about things. So we get in relationships and not talk about things. And then you add on the fact that we're gay, and to talk about anything that might seem vulnerable is a weakness. So now I got to be strong, and we just got to talk to each other. There are ways to figure this out. If you be completely honest with him, and that's probably going to open the door for him to be more honest with you as well. You guys talk about it. I mean, it can work. But hey, it's all about what you make with it, so.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. It was a great question.
It was a great question. We hope that helps. After you have that conversation with him, write into us. Let us know. Give us an update.
Yeah, I will follow up.
Interested to know. Yes, absolutely.
Tell us in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
EscapePR.com.
That's Escape like the music group.
Right. Puerto Rico Memorial Weekend is going to be a great time. I know if you've seen the advertising, we talk about it all the time. We'll be doing a Juan Gee live there.
Woo,
No,
this might be a good
Australian.
topic
Yeah.
for Puerto Rico.
Sex, make or break. Who knows?
No, this is, oh, thank you, sir. How can love work without the loving working?
We're going to use it. We're going to use that. But we'll see you guys in Puerto Rico. Please keep asking us. Ask at juanandg.com.
That's ask at juanandg.com.
That's right. Till next time.
All right, love you all.
Peace.
Yeah, no, no,